Welcome back to the Back Row Podcast. I'm Jake Rose with Jack Titzer, Logan Connor, Ian Flowers, Gavin Falco, and Ethan Pringle. Today we're going to be talking about the Big Ten tournament, Young Men of Purpose's recent trip to Gleaner's Food Bank, and NFL trade.
So the Big Ten tournament, what do you guys think about that?
IU 2 wins and in.
After last night, I'll say Northwestern. I know it was against Nebraska, but they were down 14 at the half and came back to win.
Same with Penn State. Penn State wasn't down that much, but they were down most of the game. Minnesota played really, really well last night. I think Minnesota deserved that game, but kind of choked it away at the end.
I want to count out either Penn State or Northwestern. I mean, I know both of them have the ability to beat pretty good teams like Michigan State and who Penn State beat. That was ranked earlier in the season.
I think it was Ohio State.
It was Ohio State.
Yeah, Ohio State. So both of them have the ability to be able to win these games, and I think Penn State does play Ohio State again.
They do.
I think it's just an embarrassment that IU has been playing the way they have.
Yeah, this stretch in February was rough for them, and I mean,
It's the Woodson era, baby.
if they could have just won like a few of those games, especially that Northwestern game, I mean, I blame it on those guys who got themselves suspended for that
Yeah,
game. But
100%.
also, there was a few games in there that were easily winnable. That Ohio State game on the road we had. Purdue, yeah. I mean,
That last shot was awful. That should have never.
Yeah.
I mean, and also with the timeouts, we got to have better clock management.
I'm going to be honest, that's the only game. This most recent Purdue game was the only one I watched this year. I watched the end of the other one, but I watched the whole Purdue game this time, and IU just did not want to shoot. No one wanted to shoot. No one was making shots.
No one wanted the ball.
Another cop.
Everybody-
Get the same.
he
gave
finally
up the
played
ball.
good this season.
Well, like, people were wide open and still passing the ball, not going for the lanes. It just wasn't working.
Yeah.
I think Purdue can win the Big Ten tournament, but
I agree.
If
The
IU
way-
can't make
I
it
think
in,
the
I'll
the way we've
root
been
for
playing, our defense is lackadaisical.
If you
It has
only
been all year.
Good if you only beat a terrible, and this is coming from an IU fan, if you only beat a terrible IU team by 2
See,
points,
here's the thing.
I don't think it's
IU
terrible
is
team.
not terrible.
They're not terrible.
They have the
don't think
talent
they're
on the
great.
They
roster
have
on
the
the paper.
ability.
Which is
like-
why I think they could make a run to the tournament.
And it's a Purdue IU game.
I think
Those are
it's-
going to always
Yeah.
be.
I think we also got a really good matchup with Michigan. I think that probably, I mean, other than obviously like the really bad teams, that's probably the best draw we could have gotten out of any of
Yeah,
the teams.
and I mean that game against them at Assembly Hall earlier this season was rough, but I think they'll have been able to learn from that and actually play well against them this time. I mean, we just had to play better defense in that game, especially against guys like Hunter Dickinson and
Michael Durr needs more minutes, especially against big guys like that. I like how
Yeah.
they did that against Purdue when Edey was in. They put in Michael Durr, bigger body, taller, more length.
I hate
and
him.
Trace just looks insanely soft
Michael Durr.
against guys who are bigger than him, like Dickinson.
I don't know what
Any
he was doing.
real big man, he just plays soft.
He has no
against.
right hand and can't make a jumper outside of 10 foot. I think he needs to come back to IU.
He needs to.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
So,
one
like,
more.
He's not a true big man.
He can't play. He
What's
can't
your
play.
guys' picks, and this is real honesty, what's your guys' picks to win the Big Ten tournament?
I genuinely think it could be Rutgers.
I like Iowa.
I like Keegan Murray is going to average 30 points a game.
Ron Harper Jr. is the coldest player in this
I
tournament.
bet Wisconsin wins the Big Ten tournament.
That's what I was
I mean,
thinking.
don't get me
Wisconsin.
wrong. I think Purdue, Iowa,
Wisconsin
Wisconsin,
are
probably the
probably
top front runners,
Illinois?
and Illinois maybe.
I don't think
I don't
If
think
Illinois and Purdue play, we've already beat Illinois
Yeah,
twice this year.
Purdue
It's
has
real hard to
Illinois'
beat a team.
number,
But
but
at the same time, Wisconsin has already beat Purdue twice this year, and I think, like I said, it's hard to beat a team.
I think Rutgers wins it.
I think with what Logan said, I think like Rutgers are a dark horse, but I'm still thinking that
I think they just want it
Wisconsin's
more
got
than
it.
anybody else does.
they've
Been there for so long.
got that dog mentality.
Their group of seniors have been there for so long and sucked for so long. Now they're a 4 seed. I think they're just going to have more grit than everybody else, and they're just going to win.
Grit. The thing is, they have an impressive resume of wins, but their losses are pretty bad.
Yeah, that is
Like
also
a
a good
lot
point.
of the bad teams in the Big Ten were able to beat them this year, and so
I think a lot of it. I mean, don't get me wrong. They played great against Purdue, and they had that stupid half-court shot by Ron Harper. I'll give you
Yeah.
that. And then
He's
when we played them
crazy.
again, we beat them by like 15. I mean, a win's a win though, but it was a fluke. So
It was a fluke. I think Rutgers does have a serious chance though. Rutgers, and then probably Wisconsin. Honestly, I mean, it's kind of cliche to pick. What are they, the 2 seed? Cliche to pick.
Wisconsin.
There's always upsets in March. Like,
Yeah.
As soon as this month hits, top seed can go down anytime.
Yeah. I know Iowa's a good team too though.
Iowa's going to be really good.
Kind of off topic, but you guys see that one team that it was their first year being D1,
Bellarmine.
And they won their
Bellarmine.
conference.
Is it Bellarmine or Bellarmine?
I think
Bellarmine.
Bellarmine.
Yeah, and they can't participate in the tournament for 4 years.
Yeah, they ain't that right. That's stupid.
That's really dope.
Yeah.
That's dope that their first year in their conference they won it. That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with how poor they started off their year too. I think they were like 0-3 to start. Here they are winning their conference.
Yeah, and then they gave it to the regular season champs, but they were eliminated in the semifinal of their tournament. So I mean, I don't know. I would have gave it to the runners-up of the tournament if you asked me.
Yeah.
But that's
Who was the runner-up?
Jacksonville. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was Jackson.
and then Jacksonville State was the one that got the bid for the tournament, though. So
What conference is that?
Atlantic Sun Conference.
The Ace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a conference.
What a conference indeed. Hey, you know what?
Hey,
They won
great
their
baseball.
first year.
Great baseball conference, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's in there that's good at baseball?
Liberty is top 15. Stetson's top 25.
Purdue's undefeated in baseball.
Purdue is undefeated in baseball. They haven't had a winning record in
I
baseball in
think
like
it's the first
15
time
years.
Purdue's football, basketball, and baseball team have all been ranked in the same year. Pretty crazy.
I think it's the first time ever their baseball team has been ranked.
Yeah, probably.
All right, so YMP went to Gleaner's Food Bank on Tuesday and helped sort food there. For those who participated, what do you guys think?
I think it was really fun. We started out going to Chicago's to get some food, which I was kind of worried because we were missing lunch, so I didn't know if I was going to get some grub. But we go to
Some grub.
Chicago's,
Don't ever say that again.
greatest thing ever, because it was the buffet. You eat as much as you want. You know, we all came out feeling pretty good. And then we went down to Gleaner's, and that's where I feel like it was actually a lot of fun. You know, we were all laughing and having a good time. I thought it was funny how Carter got absolutely destroyed over in his section.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
with the
There's
Me
so
and Kobe
much.
and Carter.
Yeah.
There was just so much snacks going over to his little thing, and I think the entire time I got 6 water bottles, so I got to kind of just hang out, help around if anyone needed me.
Someone definitely had to buy out a hostess truck.
Dude.
Because I
Oh
was
yeah, there's a ton of them.
Seriously.
Yeah, I was over there helping with cars a little bit, and there was at least 200 boxes of like snowballs, donuts, the cupcakes.
It was ridiculous. Like,
Literally.
insane amount.
And like I've never seen so many at one time in my life. Like not even like grocery stores. So
My only complaint with like that stuff, like I thought it was a lot of fun. I really did. Like doing stuff like that always makes me feel good. But the only complaint we had, or that I had, was the other group that was doing like the expiration date checking
Yeah.
and all that other. They really slowed us down.
Yeah.
Felt like we could have done a lot more in the hour and a half, 2 hours that we had.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
sat
did.
around there waiting a little bit.
Yeah, we did.
Just for them.
Like I mean, the start we were going, and the time flew. But you know, as you know, they slowed down. We didn't have anything to do really. So
And I mean, I'm not gonna blame them necessarily because I mean I know it like takes a while to like check all the dates and stuff, and then making sure like it all fits in a box and whatnot. And they're volunteers too, so it's not like they're professionals
no,
at
I
this or
wouldn't.
anything.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not bad mouthing them. I'm just saying, like, we as
Yeah.
YMP, like, as a even smaller group than they were, I feel like we could have done a lot more in that time frame than what we did.
Yeah,
There's
YMP.
efficient.
We definitely had enough manpower to be able to do it.
I liked it because it kind of felt like, you know, like a job, like work. But except for I feel like work goes a lot faster than school, and especially if you have your friends there. So being there with like all of your friends and like it feeling like work, I feel like time went by a lot faster than it would if I were here at school.
Yeah, I agree.
Because we were there for we left at what was it, like 11:30?
yeah.
We left
School, yeah.
Left school
No,
at
school
yeah,
at
left
11.
school at 11:30, and we didn't come back till about
3.
3, and it didn't seem like we were gone hardly at all.
Yeah.
I feel like
I would
it was a
agree.
good time about the whole time.
I hope, like, because I feel like this year with YMP, since our numbers have gotten down so little, and, you know, from what we were last year, I honestly thought the group was going to end this year.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we actually got to go out and do something for people.
Yeah.
And I hope that next year, after, you know, Jake, Ian, and I graduate, that there'll still be enough people to where like that club can continue. And
Yeah, they really just need members, to be honest. I mean, there used to be a lot when guys who
When we
graduated.
first started.
Yeah, when we first started, but the guys who have graduated since then, like the numbers have really dwindled, and so
We haven't brought in new people. It's
Yeah.
just been the same groups.
yeah.
Yeah, my freshman year there was like 30 guys in there
At least.
something like that, and then
Well,
Like that room was full.
now it's the same people since my freshman year. Like
Yeah.
we just lost the seniors. that
So to
graduated.
to young men that are listening, every other Thursday, if you want to come with us, we kind of we talk a little bit, we eat some snacks, and we talk about things we could do to kind of better our community and be
Better
better
ourselves.
people in this world. Which, in all, we're trying to create better role models, and it's really fun because it's just a bunch of guys. There's teachers there, but like these guys are acting more like our friends than our teachers there, and that really helps out a lot and makes it a good time. So if you guys want to join that, we'd love to have you guys. We don't have a lot of people. So, every other Thursdays, if you don't know when that is, just ask one of us and we can help you out.
All right. Last topic for the day. Let's talk about the NFL trades that have gone down this week.
Oh my God.
Well,
so
Massive
many.
one.
Talk about the obvious one, the elephant at the table. Carson Wentz to Washington
Thank
Commanders.
God.
Listen, okay, I don't like it, but I don't hate it. I don't like
I
what
love
we
it.
got for him. I do like that they took all of his cap. We didn't
I
have to
agree.
worry about any of that. But I think at that point we should have just kept him, especially since we don't have an obvious solution at QB, and I would much rather have Carson Wentz than
Sam
Jimmy
Ellinger.
Garoppolo.
Sam
They
Ellinger.
said that there
It's
was a
Ellinger
player.
time.
There was a player in it, but he's like, it's disclosed, and he's not. We don't know yet.
Taylor Heineke.
like a player
Taylor
That's what
Heineke.
I'm thinking. That's
Like
what
a
I'm
player
It's
that we're
Heineke?
getting.
Like we're getting a player from the trade that they haven't.
Of what
came
player
out with
player
yet.
to be named later or that kind of thing?
Yeah.
If we get Heineke, that's just like regressing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, but we
regressing.
also. I don't know. Yeah, I guess
I
that's
wouldn't hate
I
Heineke.
feel like
I'd rather
I'm
have
the
Carson
only
Wentz.
one that can be unbiased in this because I'm the only non-Colts fan in this entire podcast.
Yeah.
Well, other than
I think you lost the trade.
I agree.
You don't have a backup plan. At least at the moment, you don't have a backup plan. And your options right now for the other veteran quarterbacks are if you draft one that and the QB class does not look great this year. You can
No.
get Jimmy Garoppolo or really Jordan Love now that Aaron Rodgers re-signed with Green Bay.
I wouldn't
Why?
hate Jordan Love. I would not hate that.
But
we don't have picks to give up.
you don't have picks to
Well,
give up to get him,
see,
and
that's-
that's all Green Bay's going to take because we don't have the cap for anybody.
We have 2-3 rounders now.
I think actually like that's
Two
complete.
seconds.
I think that's opposite. Like I do agree. Like this trade might not be going in our favor, but at the same time, we also got that capital now. We got an extra
You
third round
had
pick.
cap space though.
No, I'm not talking about cap space. I'm talking about these draft picks. We got a third round pick. We got a third round pick next year that could be a second round pick, and Ballard could use this stuff to trade up and potentially get a first rounder.
We have our first for next year too, so
Yeah.
Apparently,
draft?
Yeah, but what are you going to do
Another
for this
bum
year?
wide
Your team
receiver.
is built to win now, whether you
Yeah.
want to believe that or not. You don't have a quarterback to lead your team.
I
You've
understand.
gone through Phillip Rivers, you retired Andrew Luck, and now
Jacoby
you had
Brissett.
Jacoby
I think-
Brissett too, and now you just got rid of Carson Wentz, who I personally didn't think was the problem.
yeah, I did. People hate on Carson Wentz, but
you have a bum receiving core.
yeah,
Yeah.
he wasn't terrible. Like
He wasn't.
He wasn't-
His decision making was bad at times.
He
but-
threw 7 interceptions on the year. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's
like
like-
that's
that's
pretty.
the-
And
That's
I'm
pretty
pretty
good.
sure. I'm pretty sure all 7 of those interceptions were his like
Little shovel
spinning
guy.
away and like just chucking it downfield, hoping somebody
The-
else will be down there.
The thing that Jim Irsay, Frank Reich, and Chris Ballard this is their problem, and that is that this is the problem they had with Carson Wentz. He wasn't the problem, but he wasn't the solution.
Okay,
we need
I-
a solution
yeah, I
to
get
our
it.
team,
Yeah.
and we got to have a guy that can be able to make those plays.
Receiving core.
Yeah, he was able to hand the ball off to Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, he would throw some passes here and there, but he didn't do much more than that. He had 300 passing yards in the last 5 games.
With Aaron Rodgers, if we don't have good receivers to get open, they're not going to have good receivers.
Yeah.
Pittman-
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
why they
true.
lost
That's
him
why I'm not
in
saying
San
he's
Francisco.
necessarily the problem, because we need receivers and we need a freaking left tackle.
Well,
But-
the Colts have had the same issue for almost, this will be 5 seasons now, where they just can't find a quarterback to lead their team.
Yeah.
And they've tried and tried and tried. You can say all that.
I don't feel
They've
like we
done
tried-
nothing
I don't
'cause
think-
you're
I don't
back
think
right-
they've
you're
tried
right
that
back to
hard.
square one.
Apparently, we're going all in for Derek Carr. That's what I heard.
When-
I
I'm
also,
okay with that.
there's also rumors about Deshaun Watson, but
I would
I
love.
would
there's
love
no
Deshaun
way
Watson.
that the Texans ever trade us Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I'd like Deshaun Watson, but they wouldn't trade him
Yeah,
to a
right.
division rival,
Yeah.
and it's still all that controversy around
Who
him.
cares
I don't
about
know if
that?
I want that.
How much?
publicity
I mean,
on
and
Colts,
also,
so.
how much longer until his contract is up with Houston?
3
He signed
more
a
years, isn't it?
big
Well,
one.
when we traded for DeForest Buckner, we immediately extended, and we could do the same with Watson.
Yeah, and our cap space is
Still
big
got
enough
3
to the
years
point
left,
where
too.
we could do that. And I would really like a quarterback of his caliber, but I mean, again,
It's almost impossible.
Where are we going to get weapons to
What are you
service
gonna trade
him?
for him?
If we were to get him, we'd have
We
to
have
trade
a
like
solid young core.
If a quarterback like that looks in and sees the receivers we have, they're not going to want to come here to throw to those guys.
Pittman is a good
That's why
wide
we need to
receiver
make a
2
splash.
at best.
we need to make a splash in free agency for some
Well,
big name receiver.
now-
Allen Robinson.
That's just about the only name. I mean, they franchise tag Chris Godwin.
There's
so that's
also
all.
Amari
Michael
Cooper.
Gallup.
There's Amari Cooper's in conversation.
Amari Cooper, I heard about that.
Christian
Yeah.
Kirk.
Yeah, well, Amari Cooper's not going to come to Indianapolis if we don't have a quarterback.
And Kirk's not a number 1 guy, if you ask me. But
No,
I don't know.
there's lots of issues that need to be.
He's
Yeah.
he's a burner though, and that's what we don't have. We have Michael Pittman. We just need someone who can get
There's
separation.
a lot of questions that need answered, and we'll just have to wait and see.
well, hopefully the management has the answers, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim Irsay wanted a splash, so I'm anticipating a splash.
Yeah, well, we'll see for who,
Probably won't
if
happen.
anyone.
It's fine.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right, I think that's all we have for today on the Back Row Podcast. Once again, I'm Jake Rose here with Jack Titzer, Logan Connor, Ethan Pringle, Ian Flowers, and Gavin Falco. See you next week.